prophets do not come to the people to whom they were missioned with the thought in mind, I hate them, and I hope they won't listen so that the God will kill them. See, if a prophet hates the one that he comes to teach and warn, he's weak as a teacher and does not represent the mercy of God in his prophetic mission and message. Jesus had compassion for the Jews. How do you know that, Farrakhan? Because I've never been a hater. Of the Jewish people. In all my conversations with them, the level of conversation is at the highest level. I never raised my voice. There's compassion in my voice. One of the rabbis that were in the group with having dinner with me, he said, Farrakhan, no, Rabbi Mark, oh God. What? Somebody called out a name. No, the one that I mentioned earlier, Shalman. Rabbi Shalman was a brilliant rabbi, but his scriptural power was weak when it comes to knowing the prophecies concerning his people. The rabbis wanted me to bow to them. I mean, just think about this. They gave me a set of principles that they wanted me to live up to. And they would clean up my image. Now, if you know the art of the deal, you don't deal with Satan. You don't give him an inch. Because any compromise with Satan is compromising your own victory over Satan. Listen. One of the Jewish men said, Rabbi Shalman first, would you come before the board of rabbis? I said, tomorrow, if you could arrange it. Another rabbi said, would you come to the synagogue? I said, tonight, if you could arrange it. And Rabbi Shalman said, wait, slow down. I'm telling you the truth. I invited the rabbis to come here, stand in this pulpit, and talk to those who are with me. He said, well, I can't do that. It would send the wrong signal. because I wanted them to see you listening to me, that I've never taught one of you in private or in the public to do harm to nobody. So when I said I was anxious to come to the synagogue and to talk to the board of rabbis, they closed that down right away. I said, well, why don't you come to the mosque? Yes, sir. And you can speak to those who follow me. See if you can feel hatred coming out of them as you try to teach. Well, see, I never taught none of you to hate Jews. If you hate them on your own, not because I taught you. Now look at this. They didn't want to send the wrong signal so they wouldn't come to the mosque. I said, I'll tell you what. You've never met my wife. You've never met my children. Why don't you come again to my home? And you can meet my wife. You can meet my children. See if you can sense any hatred. You're intelligent men. I'm talking to the rabbis. I said, sit with me and my family. And I won't say a word. You can talk to them. I had the utmost confidence that my family would respect their presence because we're civilized people, man. I said, you're sensitive. You know when people hate. You can feel it. Do you know the musicians called Coldplay? How many of you have heard Coldplay? Raise your hands. Oh yeah, you all know. The leader of Coldplay is Chris Martin. He came to my home. He wanted to hear me play the violin. You don't come to my home and I'm entertaining you. When you come into my home, it's like coming to God in the mosque. You come to be taught. Look, Chris Martin flew on his own jet, or he had his own plane, and he brought a few Jewish friends of his. Now they're going to scope me out. Sitting in my living room, asking me questions. See, when you ask me a question, I immediately consult the God. Wait. You ask me a question? I'm listening. By the time you finish the question, God has given me the answer, but He's also let me know your motive for asking the question, so I can answer your question and address your motive. Ask any of them that come to me and ask me. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is, Elijah Muhammad prepared a young man to become God enough to challenge Satan and defeat him. Nobody in America, in the world, has attracted the anger of the Jewish people more than who? I don't want you to be afraid to say it. See, it is I. I've never hurt one Jewish person in my life. I've never told any one of you to harm one of them. My mother grew when I was growing up, working at her sewing machine and cleaning the homes of Jewish people. My mother never came home and told me one negative thing about the Jewish people that she worked for. One day she was in the kitchen washing pots. And I came on the radio in Boston, and the Jewish lady for whom she worked looked and listened. And she said, I wonder who that boy's mother is. And she looked up from the pot. My beautiful black mother. And she said, that's my son. I don't think she stayed working there too much longer. Because in order for a son to know what I was teaching with the boldness that I was teaching it with, I had to have a strong mother. Now, those of you who have Bibles, go home, and in the 8th chapter of John, there's a controversy between Jesus and members of the Jewish community. And Jesus said to the Jews, I know you. You're not the children of Abraham. For if you were the children of Abraham, you would do the works of Abraham. And you would love me. For I came from God. And now you hate me. A man that has told you the truth. You seek to kill me. A man that has told you the truth. Some of us are like those Jews that hated Jesus without a cause. So when I was in that little chapel on the day that my brother Kobe was pronounced dead, when I finished my prayer and looked up into the eyes of Jesus, a black man on a cross. His eyes were like not fear, but he was deeply concerned about what he was looking at. And when I saw it, I exclaimed, Father, you know that I now know I'm looking at myself.